During NHL Tonight, we brought up the name Chris Tanev. We wondered if he would get traded tonight. There were some murmurs. Here we go. The Dallas Stars tweeted out, or put it on X, we've acquired Chris Tanev and Cole Brady in a 3-team trade with the Flames and the Devils. Welcome to #Texas Hockey, Chris and Cole, and we have more. And Devin, I was told by our producer JD that you wanted to talk through this one.
Yes, I'd love to walk through this with all my university degrees that I have, trying to figure out how this retained salary works. It's amazing the people that the teams have working, because I thought that you were only allowed to have 50% retained. It looks like they have found a way here by use of the Devils and providing a 4th-round pick to the Devils that Dallas has gotten Chris Tanev at 25% salary, basically. So you always get the people. There's geniuses at work for these teams that find ways to make trades happen. And as you can see with the numbers on that one, there's certainly some smart folks putting that one together.
And this is why you're amazing, by the way. TV World, pull back the curtain. I decided just to put him on the spot for fun there, and you nailed it. All right, so now let's get into some other things. So Chris Tanev going over to Dallas. How does he fit? How does he make them better? Why does this work?
Well, I mean, this is a team, obviously, Dallas thinks they can win, and they have good reason to believe that. So they're going to add some pieces. We all know what Chris Tanev brings. There's a little bit of offense, but solid defenseman. And you need depth. You need depth if you're going to go all the way through the Stanley Cup playoffs. And this is a big addition for a great Dallas Stars team. And, it kind of maybe triggers the start of a Flames sell-off, and I'm going to assume that's what it looks like. But yeah, I mean, like I said, he doesn't bring a ton of offense, but you look at that plus 16, the time on ice, 1950. He puts in a lot of minutes. He's a solid defenseman, and he's the kind of guy that you want on your team if you're going to make a run. And you look at how strong Dallas's back end is now.
Wow.
And they're already a great team, but I mean that's a heck of a back end for a team that believes they can win, and they can win now.
Yeah, it's a Dallas Stars team that a lot of people came in as maybe, if there were 7 or 8 teams you thought could win a cup, they were on that list. Do you view them as a cup contender?
Absolutely. I mean, you watch them, you look at the roster, you watch the way that they're playing. They got Ottinger in net, who's obviously incredible, but I've been really impressed with Wedgwood this year as well. And we always talk about needing 2 goalies just in case. And Ottinger had some injuries this year, and he was out for a little bit. Really impressed with the way Wedgwood looks, so I like that. And they've got speed. We just talked about their back end. You got their veteran guys. Duchesne's playing great. Ben's great leader. Pavelski's always putting pucks in the net. When you go down the roster, this is a team that looks like they can win, and certainly when you watch them on the ice, it certainly looks like they can win as well.
Keep this board up there for a second. Please don't remove that. So Jets and Stars, you see them there at 79 points in the Central, tied there. Obviously, the Jets have 4 games in hand, so that could come into play there. In the Pacific, you have the Canucks, and then the Knights, who have, a lot of people think are struggling right now. I think the Golden Knights are going to be fine. The Edmonton Oilers, very up and down, and obviously the Avalanche, I jumped over them too at 77. Then we go to the wild card side. Kings, Predators, if the Flames are going to be selling off, you'd assume they'll dip down. Maybe the Blues can stay alive. Maybe the Wild can stay alive. Do you feel like with this deal today, the Stars getting Tanev and the Flames looking like they're going to be sellers, that maybe we're getting a clearer sense of what the West is going to be?
Maybe. It's interesting. I mean, trading Tanev doesn't necessarily mean that the Flames are going to stop winning games.
Right.
It just might be the direction that they want to go. But I certainly don't think that means they're saying, hey, we're out, we don't have a chance. The players that are there, they still got a good team. They still got good players. They got a great goalie in Markstrom. They're still going to be trying to push. But, maybe they're saying, I'm not sure. And we're going to lose Tanev next year. This is when you start to gain assets, when you're not sure. And really, with how strong the West is, even if they get in, anything can happen. But are they truly in a position to win? And probably not.